Hello, hello! Oh gosh, did I have my mic unmuted? Sorry, I was like doing some stuff behind the scenes. Hi! Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Everyone is having a great weekend. Give me a second to boot up the game here. We're getting started. Let me pause that and let me switch over. Bam! Hello! Hello, hello, y'all. Holy crap, that is loud. Too loud, too loud. Way too dank, way too dank. The dankness is real. Alright, I think that's better. Be better for everyone. You and me and everybody watching the VoDs later. Hopefully better. Alright. Welcome back to the stream! I know it's super early. Wow, it is early. We don't normally start for another 2-3 hours. So it is much earlier than normal, but I have some stuff that I wanted to get done later today. It was either I start early and just do a short stream, or I cancel stream, and I'm like, we went a little longer than intended last week, so I kind of want to finish the court case. That's what my thinking was. I'm like, we could just do a short stream and maybe finish the court section of the case that we left off on, or at the very least, you know, get a couple rounds, witness rounds in. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, that's all. That's what I was thinking. So yeah. Let's dive back in, I guess. We're working on the DLC case in Spirit of Justice. We finished the main game at the end of 2022. VoDs are on YouTube! Exclamation point socials? Socials. Yes, I believe. Me forgetting my own commands. Cool. Nightbot? There you go. That's what, without the S. Exclamation point social in the chat. Pull that up, those links. Except I think I have the wrong Twitch chat widget up for you. Dead links. Bam, there it goes. There you go. So if you want to watch stuff, watch the completion of the rest of the game, the main game, on YouTube. It might still be on Twitch, also. I'm not sure. But maybe not the very beginning, but at the very least, the last case will be on Twitch. But yeah, we're working on the DLC. We did our whole lot of investigating, and then last week we also interrogated Emma on the stand. We're working on our case here. We've got our killer bride thing, I think is what we're doing here. Which, oh yeah, and time travel. Why? I don't know. Alright, let's load on in, and then we'll take a look at everything, and we'll recap a little bit before we... Alright. So, we've got... Here's our client, Ellen Wyatt, brought to us by this idiot, Larry Butts. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Accused of murdering this guy, who was her co-worker at the Sprocket family household, the Sprockets being super rich people, in this unit. They own airline. And this is the, future president, the heir to the Sprocket empire. A little bit of a weirdo. As eccentric, there we go, eccentric. Not necessarily a weirdo, he's a little eccentric. But we did figure out that he does, you know, definitely has a place in his heart, soft spot for Ellen, even though he doesn't seem like it right away. It is there. We saw it. And he's apparently been eccentric, presumably since his sister died, and I think likely some kind of horrible accident, which I'm sure we're gonna figure out was in fact not an accident, but a murder. Possibly some sabotage. I don't know, rich people things. We'll see. We'll find out. And this is essentially Ellen's boss, Ellen being our client once again. That's the bride. She's a maid in this household, and this is butler. He is the most sus person, beautiful looking sus person though. Usually the villain looks a little more like that, villainous, you know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm just like, huh. But he's got, like, the evil villain shoulder pads, which makes me suspicious of him. Because the last person who had evil villain shoulder pads that, like, functioned as a cell phone weird communication device thing was that one guy who was, like, at the Nine Tails Vale. Still can't remember his name. But had the dumb hair care line that was, like, too exclusive to actually be sold anywhere. Anyway, that guy. He also had the weird shoulder pads, the villain pad shoulder pads, and villain, so you never know. And then this is the sister who died from a car accident, which oftentimes the trope is when there's a car accident. Lo and behold, the car accident was not truly an accident. It was a staged murder. So that is what I'm fully expecting here. I'm sure somebody set it up. It could be this guy, it could be someone else we haven't met yet, but right now he is my #1 suspect. And there's, for whatever reason, time-traveling shenanigans with some of this evidence here. She thinks this is an actual, it's called a timekeeper, and it's meant to function, I assume, kind of like a time capsule, or just a reminder of fond memories, you know, reminiscent things, I don't know, something. Anyway, this guy made it. It's for her. She wears a piece of it around her neck as a necklace. And she thinks she traveled back in time, because what I'm pretty sure happened is the Sprocket family, including this guy who thinks that Ellen, a maid, should not be marrying their heir, which that's a whole other thing. But anyway, they disapproved of the marriage, and I'm pretty sure they set it up to make it look like she was a murderer. Try to get rid of her, because surely he would not marry a murderer, and they can just drop this whole sordid affair, a commoner marrying into their family. Rich people, again. Where's I going with this? Anyway, yeah. So she thinks she traveled back in time, but I'm pretty sure it was just, you know, staged. It was a staged thing, and the whole family's in on it because they don't approve of the marriage. And then he, also, Larry, drew a drawing thinking that he went back in time because he was somewhere he was not supposed to be, as one does when they are one Larry Butts. Hey, Neoneco, thanks for the lurk. And he looked out a window, and he saw what he thinks was a frickin' pterodactyl outside the window, but I'm sure it was something, a trick of the lights, trick of the shadows, whatever. It was dark outside, it's Larry, this dude's an idiot, it could have been literally anything. So, now we get to interview him on the witness stand, and see what the heck's going on. I'm pretty sure it's not actual time travel, it's just people being stupid about shit. Like, let people marry whoever the fuck they want, it's none of your damn business. But, you know, control people, and then it's so, alright. We are. That's where we are. Hope you guys liked my summer. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. If you guys enjoyed GDQ, I hope you all turned in yesterday for the Final Fantasy XIV dungeon run. I had a good time. It sparked weird insomnia ideas in my head last night, so that's a whole other thing. I'll get into that tomorrow. Alright, anyway. On with the novel. On with the visual novel. September 22nd, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Wow, it's been a while since I've had this much fun and excitement. Hold up. Let me move the chair positioning so you guys can actually read. Face off against Mr. Edgeworth. A harrowing tightrope walk for the defense. Ooh, I'm exhausted already. Is this Athena? Boss! Yep, Athena. Good thing I got Widget ready. I was like, I should probably set up the voice mod in case Athena comes back. I'm here for moral support. Athena, are you all done practicing for Trucy's magic show? Oh yeah! Athena's not we've had Maya assisting us this whole time because Athena got dragged off to be Trucy's new assistant since Apollo's not here. Apollo stayed behind in Kurain Village. Alright, there's like something up with my trapezius. I just suddenly really needed to stretch it out. Okay. Well, to be perfectly honest, I sort of ran away. But that's because she was putting my life in danger, I tell you! I see. I think I'll need to have a one-on-one with her. Just remove the chair, and then that should help. Here we go. That helps a little. You're really athletic and fit, Athena, so Trucy probably thinks she can run you ragged. Hey, Deal Maxwell, thanks for the lurk. That may be true, which is why not even Trucy can keep up with me when I run at full speed. Huh, looks like you spoke too soon, Athena. Never underestimate the resourcefulness of a great magician. Huh? And there she is. Magical girl Trucy Wright is on the scene. Oh, it's like this. No! Now, Athena, it's time to practice human combustion magic. What? What are we doing here? Trucy. Friends don't blow up friends. Except sometimes in Deep Dungeon. Come on, douse yourself in this gasoline. What? That's dangerous in more ways than one. It's also, because, it can set on fire and also it's toxic, so. Don't worry, it's a magic trick. It's a magic trick after all, so it's perfectly safe. Run away! Hey, you're not getting off that easily. They get along so well, don't they? Reminds me of the good old days. You, me, and Pearly. Oh, and Detective Gumshoe. Can't forget him. We had all kinds of fun at the crime scenes back then, remember? Leaving me to do all the serious investigating, as I recall. Court will soon be back in session, Mr. Wright. Right, thank you. So, Larry's the next witness, right? I can't wait to see what happens. Sadly, I can already imagine it. September 22nd, District Court, courtroom number 6. Ah, Larry. Court will now reconvene. Nick! Angie! You're gonna hang me out to dry, aren't you? No, not the both of us. Just Mr. Wright. Nick, how could you? I don't really think he did it, of course, but I've got to use whatever leads I can. Mr. Butts, there's a possibility you moved the lantern that had the dead body in it. So, if you want to clear yourself of any suspicion, all you have to do is testify. Now then, your testimony please, witness. Nick is a jerk face. Great. Best testimony name ever. Thanks, I hate it. Nick, you big fat stinking jerk! How can you doubt your best bud? We've known each other since elementary school. Well, get this, pal. Our friendship's over. Well, go on ahead, Mr. Wright. He's all yours. Oh, why me? You're the one who called him to the stand, so he's your responsibility. Thanks, old chum. Can't any of you show me a little respect? Even just a shred? And cross-examine the witness, Mr. Wright. I would if there were any testimony to cross-examine. Ah, Larry. Alright. Nick is a jerkface! That's us, we're Nick. Like, how's it been that long already? Yikes. Alright. We're a big, fat, stinking jerk. Come on, Larry. Can't you please give me something real to work with? Don't think I don't know about your tricks. If I say something careless, you're gonna shove some evidence at me with a loud objection and super smug look on your face. Yeah, well, that is my job. If I even get found guilty, how are you gonna take responsibility for what you've done? Why should I take responsibility for just doing my job? You heartless jerk! Don't you have any compassion for me? This is a trip. He's our best bud. Have we really known him since elementary? No, let's just frickin' press it, whatever. I'm sorry, Mr. Butts, but if it wasn't Miss Wyatt that entered the hold with that card, then you're the most likely suspect. Nick, are you seriously doubting the innocence of your old childhood friend? Well, technically, yes. But it isn't personal, I assure you. A little personal. True fan would believe in me no matter what! Can't you see my tears? Don't they mean anything to you? Nick! Nick! You don't really think you can cry your way out of this, do you? Okay, fine! In that case... our friendship is over! Oh no. Larry... listen to me. Shut up! I'm not talking to you anymore! This is getting us nowhere. Come off it, Larry. You don't quit fooling around and start testifying, Miss Wyatt will be found guilty. For real? Oh shit, why do you forget that I called you up here, you idiot? No new information comes out of this cross-examination. Then yes, Mr. Butts, for real. Not that I would have a problem with that myself. Larry, just tell us the truth already. Did you or didn't you go into the hold and move a lantern up to the reception hall? I never moved any bull lantern, I tell ya! Bull lantern? What? Did you say something weird? You told me that you didn't attend the wedding reception. Can you believe they told me only family and relatives could attend? They wouldn't even let me into the reception hall. Yeah, so what? Then that's odd. No one in this courtroom ever mentioned the sex of the lantern that was moved. How could you know it was a bull lantern? You didn't have to actually go to the reception to know that. Anyone could tell there were two pega bulls by looking at the Flying Chapel's pamphlet. No. No. Larry, one's a pega cow. All I can tell right now is that there's a strong scent of bull in the air here. Bullshit. Please add that last statement to your testimony, Mr. Butts. Anyone could tell there were two pega bulls. Depends on the kind of wedding. Seriously, Larry? If you're hiding something, you'd better fess up now. I'm telling you, I don't know nothing! Why do you have to doubt me so much? Because you're an idiot, Larry. Why? Because you're you, that's why! Good one, Phoenix. Gee, you think Nick's being awful to me, don't you? You tell him! Tell Nick what a big meanie he is! would if I thought he was being one. Not you too! Why doesn't anybody ever take my side? You're like a child. Wish I didn't have to doubt him, but something about what he just said doesn't add up. Finally got a decent statement out of him, huh, Nick? Yeah, finally. Sure took a lot of work, though. I hope all this leads me somewhere. 3, 4. Hey, guess what? It's not 2 Pegables. It is, in fact... It is a Pega cow and a Pega bull. There's one of each. What a weirdo. Alright, here we go. Objection! I want you to take a look at this, Mr. Butts. Because unfortunately for you, the pamphlet clearly shows a Pega cow and a Pega bull in their example diagram of the reception hall. Huh? But on that day, instead of putting a Pega cow and a Pega bull out for the bride and groom, there were 2 male Pega bulls on display. Yet somehow you knew there were 2 Pega bulls in the reception hall that day. There's only one way you'd know something like that, Larry. It was you who moved the Pega bull to the reception hall, wasn't it? Ah! No. Larry didn't. Butts, did you move the lantern containing the victim's body to the reception hall? That's what it looks like! What? Who's really surprised? Are any of you really surprised? Should any of us really be surprised? Wait, Nick? You don't think I'm the murderer, do ya? No, I just think you're a pawn. An unfortunate, unintended pawn. Maybe you and Mr. Gloomsbury were fighting over Miss Wyatt and you ended up killing him? But Maya, not you too! Look, I did sneak in the reception, but that's as far as it went. You know me, I wouldn't hurt a fly. You snuck into the reception? Yeah, sure. Some of those Sprocket men caught and locked me up in one of those cabins. It was pretty awful, actually. That's when I made the drawing of the pterodactyl I showed you, Nick. Ixnay on the aerodactyl day, Larry. Mr. Wright, not even you would take this farce that far, would you? We are talking about Larry. What do I do? Do I accuse Larry of being the true culprit? He's too much of an idiot to be the true culprit, and I feel like it would be weird to accuse him. At the same time, we also need to stall for time. So the question is, can we still stall for time without accusing Larry? We'll try no and see where that goes. No, you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Butts didn't have a reason to kill Mr. Gloomsbury. Might have had an imaginary reason to kill Soren Sprocket, sure, but not Mr. Gloomsbury. After all, he did steal Mr. Sprocket's bride and try to elope with her. Just because I tried to steal somebody's bride doesn't make me a murderer. I believe you, Larry, and I don't think you killed anybody either. You would never do anything like that. Nick, old buddy, old pal! Knew you'd come through for me! No, you didn't. Funny that, considering your sworn testimony just now that we were through. But it's time you told this court the whole truth. Understood? Judge, you and I both know. That's not what happens with Larry. This is gonna take a while. Moving the lantern! Just like Nick said, I'm the one who moved the lantern. I was poking around the reception hall before the main event and I saw a lantern was broken. There was a note on it that said, exchange with the one in the hold, Ellen. Huh. That's a suspicious note. Also looks like half a note. I don't know. I was hoping we maybe had the other half of that, but I don't think we do. So decide to do Ellie a favor. Oh, you switched the lanterns before the reception, did you? And that means the victim really was killed before the reception. Broken lantern updated in the court record. The lantern in which the victim's body was found, Larry wheeled it from the hold to the reception hall for the reception began. It would appear Mr. Butts completely fell for the defendant's scheme. Scheme? What scheme? Note from the defendant. Exchange the one with the one in the hold, Ellen. Butts moved the lantern with the body in it up to the reception hall. Thus, he has become a suspect in Bloomsbury's murder. That second lantern did feel pretty heavy. I never would have thought there was a dead body in it. And what was a note like that doing on the lantern in the first place? Oh shit, what was her voice again? Been a week. You've got it all wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. I left that note for myself. It was simply a reminder because I can be very forgetful. Objection. Right, I hate his new objection voice. Sorry, excuse, Miss Wyatt. Prosecution contends that this note shows one facet of the defendant's murderous plan. You, Mr. Butts, played right into Miss Wyatt's hand. No way, Edgy! I don't believe it! Thanks, Phoenix. You still really believe Miss Wyatt to be the culprit, Mr. Edgeworth? Of course. My stance on the matter remains unchanged. Think I'm wrong, then prove it with your cross-examination. Gladly! Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Cross-examination. Moving the lantern. He's the one who moved the lantern! Why didn't you tell us that sooner? Because I knew you guys were gonna be suspicious of me, that's why! We're suspicious of you now because you tried to hide it! Thoughts exactly. Huh! Well, now I told you. Happy? So how about letting me go? No, not yet. We need you to stick around to sort a few things out. Fine! Poking around the reception hall. Saw a broken lantern. The lantern you swapped out was a female Pegamoo. Pega cow, right? Yeah, I guess. Why did you replace a female lantern with a male one? Because I was too busy trying not to get caught. I didn't have time to check for little details like that. If you didn't want to get caught, you could have just left well enough alone, you know? Whatever. Anyway, when I took a look at the broken lantern, I saw... Listen out! Oh shit, no, I need to go back and press that one. Saw a note. That note wasn't addressed to you, was it? Well, guess not, but how could I let my dear sweet Ellie do all that hard physical labor on her own? It's precisely that thought process that constantly gets you in trouble, Larry. Besides, it's my big chance to show her how much I cared about her. And he did her a favor. Nobody saw you the whole time while you were switching the lanterns? Nope, I didn't get caught. Not that time, anyway. Not that time? Yeah, when I tried to sneak in the reception hall the first time. I didn't have as much luck. The sprocket guy spotted me and nabbed me. All of my words are failing me right now. Pretty exciting, don't you think? Larry, I need help. Then they locked me up in one of the cabins. Nick, what are you asking about stuff like this for anyway? Shouldn't you be trying to prove Ellie's innocence? That's what I'm trying to do, you idiot, but you're in the way with your dumb testimony. Well, is that statement of his important in the case? Let's just say it is. Sure. Mr. Butt's trying to crash the reception and subsequently getting locked up in a cabin. I believe these might be important facts in this case, Your Honor. What's the timing on everything? Very well, Mr. Butts, please add that statement to your testimony. Uh-oh, hold on. Okay. You got caught and locked up in a cabin. So you got locked up. Then what happened? I broke out. Then I started looking for Ellie and wandered into the reception hall again. That's when I saw the broken lantern and replaced it. How long were you locked up for? Even after they caught you and locked you up, you still went looking for Miss Wyatt? But hold on a minute. What is it, Nick? Maya, doesn't something seem weird to you? Larry's saying he replaced the lantern after he broke out of the cabin. That's right. Oh, wait. Huh? You're right, it doesn't make much sense, does it? Mr. Wright, have you found an inconsistency in the witness's statement? Yes, I believe so, Your Honor. Mr. Butts moved the lantern after he broke out of the cabin, but that contradicts with... Before the reception began. My relative... All. Doesn't say when these were used. Lord. All right. He wheeled her from the hold to the reception hall before it began. How early was he there? That's the actual reception. The only thing I can think of is... This is the only thing that mentions time. I think. About when Larry did something. Moved the lantern after he broke out of the cabin. Shouldn't he have been in the cabin for the duration of the reception? Theoretically. Unless he broke out really early is what they're trying to say. I don't know, let's just guess. What? Yes, it's the broken lantern, Your Honor. Mr. Butts, what you're saying doesn't make any sense at all. What? Why not? You swapped the lanterns before the reception began, right? Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it? But you also just said that you swapped the lanterns after you got locked up in a cabin for trying to sneak into the reception. Oh! So he was trying to sneak in while the reception was already going on, and then he got locked up. And then after he broke out, it was before the reception began. So that's when he did the switch. Okay. So here's what we're going with. Reception 1 is happening. Larry stops by a little before that to do whatever he needs to do for that. Reception happens. He tries to break into it. He gets caught trying to break into the reception. Gets locked up in the cabin. Doesn't think about things because he's Larry. Starts doodling. Breaks out. Reception is not happening? Oh shit, I just watched the camera crash in real time! Come on. Come on. There it goes. Alright. Alright, so, breaks out. Reception is somehow still not happening. It is before the reception. He does his little switcheroo thing, sees things around. And, you know, that is when the second reception then happens after that. Thus giving the illusion that Ellen has traveled back in time because her relatives are setting her up. There's my theory. Which I think is a pretty good theory. And after the reception took place. That certainly doesn't make any sense, does it? Mr. Butts, did you swap the lanterns before or after the reception? Both. Which was it? Before or after? A world of difference between the two. Well, Mr. Butts? I guess I can't expect guys like you to understand. In a nutshell, it was both before and after the reception. What? Tried to sneak into the first reception and got locked up. First reception? I don't like where this is going. Then, through the power of Ellie's pendant, time got rewound and we went back to the time before the reception. It was after that when I replaced the lantern. It was both before the reception and after the reception. Get it? We went back in time to before the reception. Of course the reception would take place one more time after that, right? That's why what I said makes perfect sense. Mr. Wright, what world is the witness talking about? Oh! Hey, Dr. Lupin raiding on in with a party of 3. Hello, hello, welcome on in, Raiders. I'm Sparkling Parfait. I am a variety streamer, and we are playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. We're doing some amateur voice acting. We're grilling our idiot friend Larry, who thinks he's a time traveler, but my theory is that this whole thing is a setup by a bunch of rich people who have too much time on their hands and not enough, you know, concerns for the privacy and feelings of others. Anyway, they're doing shenanigans, so Larry, the idiot, and the bride, unsuspecting, like, what's it called? Impressionable? Bride, maid, person, whatever, also thinks she's a time traveler. That's what I'm pretty sure is happening here. Yeah, Larry's at it again. He's an idiot. Hey, I'm doing a recap. It's not really spoiling anything so far. It's just, this is the case. This is the beginning of the case. These are my crazy theories. I don't really know what's going on yet, so you don't have to believe anything that I said. Those are just my theories. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening, but I don't know for sure. We have no evidence pointing to this. It's just what I think because rich people are stupid. You a hack and lurk? Alright, thanks. Thanks for the- what were you guys doing? Oh wait, you guys are making D&D sheets, right? Character sheets? That was happening? How did that go? I think that's what I saw you were doing. Also not gonna stream super long today because there is stuff that I want to do later. During the time when I normally stream, so we're starting earlier and we're gonna end early. Probably just gonna get through this Larry shenanigans and then see where that takes us. Anyway, maybe just pour myself a little more tea. Made 2 character sheets for the Goblin Slayer TRPG. Nice. That sounds fun. Hope you guys enjoy that. I miss D&D. We'll get back to it eventually. Alright. I'm gonna continue on. So if you don't actually want spoilers, everything before this was just my crazy theories and like the very bare bones of what this case is. So if you don't actually want spoilers, now is the time to go lurk and do something else. Alright, here we go. Has he developed some sort of intellectual ailment I'm not aware of since I saw him last? I mean, it is Larry. He's dumb. Well... None of the sprockets seem to remember the time skip, but I do. You're an idiot, Larry. Ellie remembers it too. I think the power of our love for each other made that miracle happen. Making things real difficult for me, Larry. Right, I'm sorry, but... Would you please translate this man's gibberish so the rest of us can understand? And now I have to be the one to explain about the whole time travel thing. Whoa! How many is that? 5? Thank you so much for the 5 gifties, Dr. Lupin! Much appreciated for the 5 bomb! Pogs in chat for you. Momo Poggers for you. Where's my Momo emote? Oh gosh. Right? Emo picker, come back. There's Momo. There you go. He loaded. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Momo Poggies for you. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Knock some sense into the butts. I mean, you can't ever really knock sense into Larry. You just untangle his web of lies and you hope for the best. Which is what we're gonna do. Go on, Nick. No, you can do it. Looks like you don't have much of a choice, Nick. Ah, to heck with it. I can't lose any more of my dignity today anyway. The defendant, Miss Ellen Wyatt, has told the defense the following strange story. I say with as much dignity as possible. She said that after the reception ended, she was attacked by Mr. Gloomsbury. She claims that as she was being assaulted, she made a wish upon her pendant. Please take me back to that blissful moment. In doing so, time apparently rewound itself to just before the reception began. I'm sure we're gonna find out that something in here, possibly, this very suspicious flower of whatever the heck this is, has some kind of property to it that kind of like knocks you out and erases your memory of like the last 15 minutes or something. Anyway. What? You know, it's hard to believe, but think about it this way. Through the power of the pendant, both Ellen Wyatt and Larry Butts experience time travel. Or it's rich people shenanigans. My money's on rich people shenanigans. What? 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 Uh-huh. As one should. An absolute rubbish. Mr. Wright, heard my fair share of your nonsense over the years. This takes the cake. Have you thoroughly lost your mind? Objection! But this is simply the conclusion I came to, using that logic ability you love so much. What? The truth of the matter is, the future president of Sprocket Aviation, Soren Sprocket, has been researching time machines. So, what if a time machine has already been successfully created? And what if that's one of Sprocket Aviation's top secret inventions? A time machine? Yeah, I even saw something while we were time traveling. Oh god, not the art piece, Larry. I saw a pterodactyl flying through the sky. Maybe the airship was set to travel through time for their honeymoon trip? What? A pterodactyl? Can't possibly have any evidence to back up your ridiculous time travel story. Well, thought. In any case, I now have the evidence to prove that you're no more intelligent than Larry. Hey! Rude? Not so fast now, Edgy. I'm not the same old Larry you used to know. Oh. You want evidence? I got your evidence right here. Excuse me, can I look at this? This is a photo I secretly took at the first reception. What? What? Why do you hide things from me, you idiot? Larry, I can't believe you. Well, anyway, good job. Now give it to me. If we can compare the photos of the first and second receptions and can find a difference, then we'll be able to prove that the reception was held twice. Do you really think such a difference exists? Yes, Your Honor. I just need some time to find it for you. It's preposterous. Very well, please show the court what's different then. With pleasure. This is proof positive that the wedding reception was held twice. You can't see the Pegamoos, which was what I was really hoping for, but perhaps it has something to do with the colors that the kiddos are wearing. Perhaps, mayhaps. Oh, different flowers. That's yellow flowers, and here she's got red flowers. Okay, but hold on. And that means that the groom was also in on the shenanigans, but he loves her, so either they blackmailed him or bribed him too, and like, you know, suggestive something, I don't know. Or he's gullible and they told him something like, oh yeah, the first one was just a rehearsal, now we're doing the real thing. Something dumb like that. Or he's not such a good guy. We don't know. Anyway, flowers. Flowers! Take that! Please direct your attention to Miss Wyatt's bouquet of flowers. In the photo one of her in-laws took, the defendant is holding a yellow bouquet. But in the photo Mr. Butts took, she is holding a red bouquet. You're right. That's impossible. What does this mean? It means that the defendant really did experience 2 wedding receptions. And she did that when she traveled back through time. What? Or, you know, again, theory, rich people shenanigans. Nick! You did it! You proved Ellen's time travel story to be true. No, we just proved that there were 2 receptions, not necessarily that time travel is real. Yeah, I can hardly believe it myself. It's just as Ellen said, the reception was held twice. This turns every assumption we've based this trial on upside down. Hello, Edgeworth. What can I do for you? Refuse to accept such a ludicrous argument. There. Pure fiction under the guise of pseudoscience at best. Simply no such thing as time travel. I know it's hard, but can't you suspend your disbelief for 1 nanosecond, Edgeworth? Work with me here. I bet sci-fi movies push all your buttons the wrong way, don't they, Mr. Edgeworth? I can totally picture you yelling, "That'd never happen," every 5 seconds on the screen. Maybe you should stay away from the movie dates altogether. Movie dates? With who? Hmm? I'll leave that up to your imagination. It's neither here nor there. This is real life we're talking about. But the proof is clearly shown in the 2 photographs. That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how inexplicable... Fine. Entertain your absurd delusion. Only to demolish it before your very eyes. What? Let's start with this then, shall we? There's one thing your time travel theory fails to explain. And that is the memories of the other guests there. The defendant and Larry remember the reception occurring twice. But no member of the Sprocket family has even mentioned such a thing. That's because the time machine is classified technology. Not done, you bird brain. Rude? Bird brain? I was saying the entire family had been sworn to secrecy. And why hadn't they sworn the woman who was marrying into the family to secrecy too? That's a good point. Honestly, all it takes is a little common sense, Mr. Wright. Even still, how do we know that the trip through time did not really occur? It is proved in the photos that it did, and besides, if time travel doesn't exist, well, I'd be a little disappointed, frankly. I was hoping to go back to the old days of my youth. You mustn't allow yourself to be taken in by Mr. Wright's whimsical tales, Your Honor. I've read about it in various literature, you see. They all say that time travel is just not logically... Maybe our argument was just a little too nonsensical, Nick. Well, in that case... why don't we put common sense to the test? Excuse me? The wedding reception was held twice. The photos are proof of that. But it wasn't because of time travel. It's simply because the reception had actually been held twice. Isn't that the most reasonable way to interpret the situation? Would you care to elaborate, Mr. Wright? If time travel doesn't exist, then there's only one way to make sense of what happened. Somebody must have orchestrated this strange phenomenon, and that somebody is everyone at the reception, Gloomsbury, the gods, everyone. Everybody was in on it! They were against the marriage, you fucking weirdos! Sorry, I swear a lot. What if all the guests at the reception conspired together? Hold the reception twice and keep quiet about it? What? For what purpose would they conspire to do such a thing? Well, to frame Ellen for murder and keep her from marrying into the family, because, again, rich people need to mind their own damn business. A brilliant deduction, defense. Ah, it's the butler! What voice were we using for him? I can tell that you are not a renowned lawyer for nothing. I must say I underestimated you. How so, Mr. Nickety? You have managed to name each event precisely as they happened. You have revealed it all to the light of day. Then that means... it was us. We orchestrated the whole thing. Yes, the reception was held twice. But not because of time travel, no. We simply held it a second time. What? Why? Would you do such a thing? make it as though the murder Miss Ellen committed never happened. They're flipping it around to say that they did it to erase a murder, when in fact they actually did it to create her as a murder suspect. Master Soren figured that if Miss Ellen, who killed Miss Gloomsbury after their first reception, experienced the reception one more time, she would think it was all a dream. It was he who ordered us to make it happen. However, only a few, myself included, knew of Miss Ellen's crime. Okay, so what was the excuse they told everybody else? Are you saying most of the guests attended 2 receptions without knowing why? Indeed, they needed no reason. Master Soren told them to do it, and do it they did. That is the Sprocket way. Give me a second. Oh, okay. I gotta go do something later. Then, who hid the body in the lantern? We did. But we did not anticipate the petals finding their way in, nor the actions of Mr. Butts. That's how you intended to cover up the whole situation? There's just one thing everyone here has wrong. The real scene of the murder was not in the hold, it was the Vista deck. What? Then Miss White's recollection of the events must be correct. I admit we tried to cover this incident up. The fact that Miss Ellen killed Gloomsbury is undeniable. It's quite the turn of events! So definitely the villain, right? This guy, definitely the villain? Bro, what? So it appears we have arrived at the truth at last. Now. Please do feel free to travel back in time, Mr. Wright, and attempt to do this trial over again. Go on. Let's not get hasty, Edgeworth. Bet you can't do it. I bet I can't either! Your Honor, we will have to hold a separate trial for the cover-up conspiracy later. But as far as this case goes, I believe we are ready for your ruling. Just before the defendant lost consciousness during her attack, she says she saw someone strike the victim. It's possible that this third party is the true culprit. Still want us to believe the defendant's words? Perhaps you've lost more than your touch during your time abroad. This third-person nonsense is nothing but rubbish, and you know it. But, by the same token, how can we trust those who conspired and lied to fool this court of law? For all we know, they might still be hiding something. And they definitely are. Never know when to quit, do you? Ow now, calm down, both of you. In any case, there isn't enough trustworthy information yet for me to render a verdict. I suggest we continue this trial after both sides have investigated the matter further. Very well, Your Honor. Whew, that was close. Mr. Nickety? As for you and your cohort's attempt to cover up this crime, your case will be brought to you at a separate trial following the resolution of this current one. Understood, Your Honor. Well then, this concludes today's trial. Court is adjourned. That wasn't so bad. I probably could have squeezed that in. I don't know if I could have squeezed that in last week. Sometimes I got stuff to do. Alright, before I decide if we can continue, let me check a couple things to see. Okay. Later. Wait. Alright, I think we can do a little bit more. Another thing. We can go a little bit longer. We'll go to maybe ish. Alright, we'll go a little bit longer. September 22nd, 1:48 p.m. Wright Anything Agency. What? Sorry, wait, what? For the whole time traveling thing? Was just a ruse put on by the guests at the reception? Eh, looks like it. I knew there had to be some kind of trick to it. Wow, 2 wedding receptions? Can you imagine? I wonder how much that must have cost them. I have no idea. But if you have to ask, you're not rich enough to want to know. Still, if you've got the money, it's a pretty good way to cover things up, if you ask me. You got that right. I'm sure it would have been completely fooled. Fooled. I can talk. Hi, I'm back. Hey, Maya. Are you all set to go? Yep. Ready when you are. So, what should we start with? Let's start with reviewing what we learned at the trial. What Ellen thought was time travel was really just a performance put on by the Sprockets. But other than that, it seems that what Ellen told us was actually all true. So what really matters right now is the identity of the mystery person Ellen said she saw while she was being attacked. So who is this mystery person? That's the million-dollar question, I'm afraid. But if we want to clear Ellen of any suspicion, then figuring out who they are is key. I think I'll take toilets for $200 then, Mr. Wright. Well, at least there were only so many people on that airship that night. And we know who the mastermind of the whole cover-up plot was too, so that's good. You mean the groom, Soren Sprocket, right? Exactly. He might know something that could help us out. Is this Larry? Probably Larry. So then, what am I doing here? Larry. I'm a very busy man, you know. Well, all the other people involved are Soren's family members. So I thought I'd better start by interviewing you. Even if I probably shouldn't trust a word out of your mouth. Ah, man. I have a really tight schedule, but... ah, heck, what are friends for, right? Okay, pal. Go ahead and ask me anything. You do remember it was you who came to me for help in the first place, right? Look at my badge. What are you showing me your attorney's badge for? Wait, are you saying you want me to— No. We had this conversation last week. We ain't doing that again. Nope. Alright, let's just talk to this idiot. The incident, tell me about it. I want to go over exactly what happened when before I step out this office again. Since you were there, Larry, do you think you could help me get it all straight in my head? If I gotta. Okay. So the first reception was held at 7 p.m. on the day of the incident. That's the one you tried to crash, right? Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. Then they locked me up in a cabin. It was awful, I tell you. Too bad we're not here to focus on you, Larry. And then the incident occurred after this first reception at around 10 p.m. Ellen was attacked in the reception hall by Bloomsbury. He forced her out onto the Vista deck and was just about to kill her. But Ellie fought back and ended up killing old Bloomsbury instead. To cover it up, the family quickly threw together a second reception. That's what Edgy is claiming anyway. But I know my Ellie didn't do it. The key point here is the mystery person Ellen said she saw strike Bloomsbury. Just before she passed out. Did you see anybody suspicious skulking around that day? Nope, not a soul! I was locked up in a cabin at the time. But you managed to escape and sneak back into the reception hall. That's when you switched the lantern in the event hall with the lantern in the hold, right? Did you see anybody then? Nope, place was completely deserted. I guess that Pierce Butler guy had everybody gathered together somewhere. That makes sense. He must have been going over the cover-up plan with them. So clearly, the murder had already happened by the time Larry got out. He must have gotten everything ready fast and had the second reception soon after that. Then after that second reception, Ellie went to clean up the reception hall. And as luck would have it, that's when she found the body in the lantern I'd brought up. Tried to do something nice for Ellie out of the goodness of my heart, and this happened. Still don't know exactly what happened during the actual murder itself. We'll just have to look into it, along with the identity of that mystery person. Alright, Larry, let's talk about the cabin you were locked up in. So, while the murder was taking place, you were locked up in a cabin. You see anything unusual while you were there? A cabin? Let's see. Well, there was that pterodactyl flying through the sky. That's pretty unusual. Alright, the drawing of that pterodactyl you saw. What's with all the air quotes? I really did see it, I swear! But Larry, the time travel thing never actually happened. Which means you couldn't have seen a real pterodactyl flying through the sky. Oh. You doubting the eye of a super popular picture book author? No, I'm just sure you saw something else and mistook it for a flying reptile. Nick, you're making me doubt my own eyes! Now I'm not even sure what I saw! I mean, that's more or less how you work, Larry. Larry's drawing, updated. Drawing Larry made probably mistook something for what he claims is a pterodactyl. Either way, you have no idea what actually happened at the real scene of the murder. That's right, and I can say that with every confidence. Oh wow, would you look at the time? I'd better go. I have a book signing to get to. A book signing? Whose book? Who do you think? It's mine, of course. It's a Laristo Nim book signing. I bet you went around and begged a bunch of bookstores to let you do one. Of course not! They're the ones coming around to beg me! Looks like I guessed right. Anyway, I have to go. I'll send you 10 copies of my new book that just got released the other day, alright? 10? That's very generous of you. You're probably going to bill me for it, aren't you? What are you talking about? I'm gonna send you the bill too, of course. Let's put him down as office expenses or something. Well, see ya. Wait, Larry, we don't need... on. I'll take a copy, boss. Oh, and make sure it's signed. Oh boy, Tracy's not gonna like this office expense. There goes our first lead. What do you want to tackle next, Nick? Right, well, we should really hit the streets now, huh? How about we go see Ellen? Sounds good, boss. I bet I can cheer her up. I thought you were gonna help Trucy with her magic show again today, Athena. Weren't you supposed to go meet her right about now? Trucy said she was going to practice her new trick on you, if I recall. On me? Really? Trucy's show is an important source of income for our agency, you know. You can leave the case to us, so you go ahead and run along now. But boss! Off you go, Athena. No! I don't want to die! You'd better get going too, Maya. Okay. Alright, there are some decisions to make. Let's go here first. Oh god, she's nervously cleaning. October 22nd, Detention Center, Visitors Room. Oh, my poor sweet Soren. Wonder how he's getting along without me. Okay, Miss OCD. I'm gonna save real quick. Hello, Ellen. Oh, Mr. Wright! What's gonna happen with the trial, do you think? Well, first and foremost, we have to hurry up and find this mystery person you saw just before you passed out. You think that person could be the real killer? It's quite possible. And if we can prove that, we can clear you of all charges. Actually, would you happen to know where Soren is right now? He's usually busy with meetings all afternoon, but he should be home by evening. What? Whose underwear and why do you have it? Hello? I think I'd better go have a chat with him later then. Why am I being treated to a view of somebody's underwear? Thank you, Phoenix! Mr. Wright, don't tell me. Suspect my sweet Soren? Well, he is the one who masterminded the second reception after the time skip. So I thought he might be able to tell us something. How could you, Mr. Wright? Can't possibly think my Soren would never kill anyone. Alright, just calm down. No, you're not if you're accusing my Soren. Please, I'm not accusing anybody, so please put the pan and ladle down, alright? Why do you even have those and where did they come from? You're wearing a freaking wedding dress. That thing doesn't have pockets. Really? Cross my heart. So for now, would you mind if I ask you a few more things about the case? I'd better be careful not to provoke her. And back to perfect, beautiful bride mode. Alright, let's talk. Let's talk about Soren first. Could you tell me about Soren? It's nothing to tell. He's squeaky clean. Alright, okay. Maybe I should avoid the topic of Soren right now. Let's talk about something else then. Fine, but you won't hear a peep out of me about Soren. How about pulling teeth? Tell me about Pierce. Did you tell me about Pierce Nickety then? Pierce came to Sprocket Manor about a year ago. As the family butler, he's now in charge of everything in the household. Only a year ago? He has some kind of special connection with the family? Just a maid, so I'm not privy to such things, I'm afraid. Interesting. He is super sus. It might have been Soren's order, but Pierce is the one who coordinated the whole thing. He's the one who really orchestrated the grand time travel farce. He must have had quite a bit of authority in that family. But no matter how good he is at his job, how could anybody gain that much influence in a single year? Really don't know. I mean, he is an excellent butler. Wouldn't that explain it? No. Is it really as simple as that? People look down on servants, unfortunately. Time travel. What you thought was time travel was really just a cover-up carried out by your in-laws. Pierce said Soren was the one who ordered the whole thing. Still can't believe it, even if the second reception was fake. Soren would never use time travel for something like that. He's very serious about his time machine research, you know. I heard there's a reason he's researching time machines, actually. Something about something he wishes he could change? But isn't the whole idea of traveling back in time itself a little fantastic? I don't think so. After all, Soren said real time travelers do exist. Really now? Who? Why? Please explain. You think you know someone who actually traveled through time? That's right. I haven't seen it personally, but Soren said as much. So I believe it. Somebody who actually traveled through time, huh? Pretty hard to believe. Thank you, Ellen. You're going out to do your investigation now, aren't you? Yes, that's right. Please make sure you don't cause Soren any trouble, okay? I'm afraid I can't promise you that. What? Please, whatever you do, please don't upset my poor Soren any further. I'm begging you. I'll do my best not to cause him any unnecessary trouble. Oh, I couldn't bear it if Soren ever came under suspicion. I'd rather be found guilty myself! Ah! Yikes! Please, Ellen, please, don't work yourself up like this. You don't want Soren to worry, do you? How? How'd she do the magic? Even with her hair. No, you're right. And the floodwaters recede. And the floodwaters recede once more. So, what do we do now, Nick? Well, Ellen said Soren is usually in meetings until the evening, so... Magic makeup? I know, right? I'm amazed. I am truly amazed by her sometimes. Save our house call until then. Why don't we go to the mooring dock and figure out our next move from there? Roger, Nick. Okay, but what if I show you this? You know anything about Selena? Oh, poor Selena. I feel so sad about what happened to her. Selena! Yikes, Ellen, please try to calm down. Pretty please, with sugar on top? Soren and I are supposed to be happy, for Selena's sake too! We should probably leave this topic alone, Nick. Okay, not gonna talk to you about Selena. We're gonna go to that mooring dock. September 22nd, Sprocket Park, mooring dock. Or, I just realized, I'm gonna be a little punny about it. It's a mooring dock. Oh. Sorry. So, where should we start? Let's see. Are there any places we haven't examined yet? The Vista. We already investigated the reception hall and Sprocket Manor. I know, we haven't looked at the Vista deck or the hold yet. Hey, you're right! We still got some pretty important places left to examine, don't we? The Vista deck is the actual scene of the murder, right? And the lantern with the body in it was stored in the hold. I think there's a good chance we'll find some important clues in those locations. Do we know how to get to the hold? Good question. I think it was labeled in that diagram of the airship in this pamphlet. Right there! There's the Vista deck. There it is! Oh, what are we waiting for? Let's go! To the hold. September 22nd, Flying Chapel Hold. So, this is the hold. There are 2 Pega cows here. So they have enough cows for 2 receptions, but for whatever reason, they sent 2 out. They sent out 2 bulls, and here we have 2 cows. There's cake there, and then these very suspicious flowers. This is where Pierce orchestrated the whole cover-up operation. We better go over this place with a fine-tooth comb. Hey, Nick? Weren't we supposed to need a keycard to get in here? Ah, you're right. I wonder why it was unlocked. How's it going, Mr. Wright? Emma, what are you doing here? Just a little independent investigating for my own sake. Gotta keep the mind sharp. Ah, so the door's security system was turned off for the police investigation. We'd like to investigate the hold ourselves. Would that be alright? Yeah, sure. The police just finished their examination anyway. Thanks. We'll just take a quick look around then. Oh, right! You should know that the floor doubles as a huge lift. You can use that lever way back there to raise it up to the Vista deck. The police inspected it already, but didn't find anything of particular interest. You go up to the Vista deck with the lift. Be careful not to fall off. Got it. Thanks. That goes double for you, Maya. Yes, ma'am. Oh, let's get this show on the road. Time to look you. Oh, wait, let's save first. Save. Save often, save soon. These are the flowers we saw in Larry's photo. The petals make them look like little gears. Perfect flowers for the Sprocket family, huh? Maybe they're gonna shower the couple with these petals? You mean, kinda like how people throw rice or confetti? Yeah, like that. Only these were found at the scene of a murder instead. Awkward. Tea set. These must be the dishes and glasses they use for receptions. Very fancy. I bet we'd be in big trouble if we broke any of them. Ooh, I want to see Nick. No! You, young lady, need to stay far, far away from them. Nick! You think I'm gonna break them, don't you? Let's just say your rap sheet for breaking things doesn't help your case. Exhibit A, Ami Faye vase. Which has been broken repeatedly. So this is the airship's engine. It's pretty impressive. And it's all rhythmic, like a heartbeat. It's the literal heart of the Flying Chapel. Look at all those huge gears spinning around and around and around and around and... I think I'm starting to get dizzy. Yeah, me too. We'll look at that later. Ooh, it's a cake, Nick, a cake! So big, they wouldn't miss one little piece, would they? If you're that in the mood for a mouthful of styrofoam, sure, knock yourself out. It's a display cake. And it's not real? Well, it sure fooled me. I'm so ready to have some of that I'm really craving cake now. Come on, Nick, let's go get some. Maybe after the trial's over. We're busy, Maya. Investigative work. Huh? Looks like there's some fingerprints on this candelabra. Yeah, I just got done dusting that. I was able to pull up a set of left handprints. You know whose prints they are? Yes, the prints belong to the victim, Demas Gloomsbury. Nick! I just figured out something amazing! You did? Get this! If the fingerprints on the candelabra were from his left hand, then Mr. Doomandgloom must have been left-handed. What do you think of that? Are the makings of a great detective, or what? Oh, yes, your detective reasoning skills are nearly encyclopedic. Hey, you're pretty good, Maya. No, don't encourage her. I looked into it myself, and sure enough, the victim really was left-handed. Really? I got it right? Awesome! Good for you, Maya. That means he definitely is not the one who wrote this note. Okay, so that's important. We got some important information there. Good for you? That's all you got to say? I, think you did a real great job, Maya. Way to go! I guess one can never have too much info. Now you're talking. But come to think of it, this candelabra isn't in the photo Larry took of the hold, is it? That picture was taken when they were getting ready for the first reception, right? Candelabra must have been brought in sometime after that, then. It's still possible it has something to do with the incident, though. I better add it to the evidence file, just in case. Maybe he brought it out with him to the Vista? I don't know. Oh, by the way, Mr. Wright, you can have this fingerprint powder if you like. You're giving this to us? Sure. I have 4 other sets. Right, Emma. Thanks. I feel like there's something more to the candelabra, but I can't put my finger on it. Ooh, Ooh, look, Nick, it's an airplane. I wonder if Soren built that one too. Hey, why don't we take it for a spin? Just a quick tour around the neighborhood. And who do you propose is going to pilot that wooden death trap? Me, of course. Who else? Don't worry, I've seen people fly airplanes on TV plenty of times. Maya, that's not how that works. I think I'll pass. I still got my whole life ahead of me. It's a bell! What's that? Wedding bell? According to the pamphlet, it's used on the Vista deck during wedding ceremonies to bless the newlyweds. I guess they just assemble and store it away here in the hold when it's not being used. Two pega cows! Not one, but two! There are two male pegable lanterns in the reception hall. That must mean that these two are female pega cow lanterns. Larry got their sexes mixed up when he replaced the one in the reception hall, huh? Can you see the horns? The difference is pretty glaring, if you ask me. And yet he managed not to notice. That's what makes Larry, Larry. And Larry being Larry is why I've seen more than my fair share of trouble for a lifetime. Oh, all of us. The game never stops. Oh, Mr. Wright? You know that lantern the victim was found inside of in the reception hall? I'm just about to go piece it back together so the police can examine it. Oh? Okay. We'll stop by for a look too once you're done fixing it. That's on our to-do list for later. Wait, but how is one of these broken? Is the light broken? Is that what they were trying to claim? Is that what's happening? Alright, I think this is our last thing to look at. Oh look! There's the lever to lift Emma to the lift Emma told us about. Let's try going up. I'll go flip the switch. Here goes nothing! Wait! I'm not even on it yet! Ooh, look at the blood! How did you idiots not fucking notice that? Oh my lord. Hey Maya, stop the lift! Oops, sorry. I got a little carried away. Never mind that. Move over a little. Okay. Is that blood? Blood? Let me see. Could it be Mr. Gloomsbury's blood? Well, this lift goes up to the Vista deck where the murder took place, so I think that's the most logical conclusion. But I thought the victim was clubbed to death and that there wasn't much blood. Something tells me I'd better take a picture of this. Lift bloodstain. A bloodstain that was found on the side of the lift in the hold. It's unknown whose blood it is. I should ask Emma about it some more later. Maya, can you bring the lift back down now? You got it! I'll go flip the switch again. There! Done. I want to find out some more about that bloodstain. But for now, I guess we should go up to the Vista deck. Take a look around the actual crime scene for ourselves. The view must be great from up there. I bet it'll be awesome. You mean it would be if it wasn't the scene of a murder? Maya. Okay, to the Vista deck we go. Make sure you actually get on the lift this time, Nick. Just hit it last time without giving me any warning. I don't know what you expect of me. I know. Okay, I'll just flip the switch again, and away we go! Isn't that lovely? Wow, look at the gorgeous view! And this is where Ellen was attacked and Mr. Gloomsbury was killed. Yeesh, one wrong step and it's kersplat on the ground below. Should we go investigate the stuff that's a little closer to the edge? Well, I don't see much of anything over there. The police investigation didn't turn up any clues either, so... maybe we don't need to? Oh, I get it. You're scared, aren't you, Nick? Of course not. Yes, definitely. Come on, let's go back down and finish checking out the hold! No, actually, I want to look around the deck. Can we go back? Heck, you wuss. Although, in fairness, me too. But I want to check it out. What if there's clues? Alright, I guess we should talk to Emma, huh? Let's talk about the incident. Any progress with your investigation? Nothing conclusive yet, I'm afraid. Almost everybody was involved with the cover-up. Though it's hard to know who or what to believe. I know what you mean. Unless you have some compelling evidence, I'm afraid it's going to be a tough trial for you. You're telling me. Keep forgetting to screenshot those flowers? Maybe once Emma moves. Hold on. There isn't much time left, so I've just gotta make do and see what I can turn up. Alright, let me examine. Okay, there you go. Is that clear enough for you? Can you get that? Me out of the way. Get as centered as possible. I will take a screenshot for you as well, just in case. Okay. Alright, the candelabra! Your PC's farking up? I'll send you the screenshot later so you'll have it. Emma, can we check out this candelabra a little more? A little more? What do you... Oops! What happened? I almost dropped the candelabra and the candle slipped off. That one's awfully pointy and that one is very not. Why? Well, let's be careful with that. It might be important evidence. Wait a minute. Now what? One of the pins that holds the candles is broken. What? There's definitely something fishy about this candelabra. There is? What makes you say that? Call it forensic investigator's intuition. We already dusted this for prints earlier. So let's test it with luminol this time. Knowing Emma, she'd use every test she has at the same time if she could. Just hang on. This will only take a second. I hope this turns up a new lead somehow. Well, Emma, did you find anything? Take a look at this, Mr. Wright. Ooh, that's a lot of blood! What is all that blood doing on there? Bear's glimpse where his dominant left hand and traces of blood were found on it. A lot of traces of blood. That's a lot of blood there. Someone got beaten pretty hard with this thing. Maybe somebody got hurt while they were setting up for the reception? That's a bit much. These pins are pretty sharp. But if one of the pins is broken, it means there was some force involved. You think maybe somebody got stabbed? Would that perhaps be how this happened? He's got an awful lot of blood on his hand. But nobody reported anything like that. That's quite a bit of blood. I wonder whose it is. If I have anything that might shed some light on that, I should probably show it to Emma. Oh, can I show her the photo now and be like, hey, I got an idea. It's crazy, I know. It's absolutely unbelievable. What kind of monster would plan to commit a murder on somebody's happiest day? I take it this means you don't have any significant new leads? No, I'm afraid not. You? I got nothing. Wish I could be of more help. Well, thanks anyway. I appreciate it. All we can do is keep on keeping on, right? Nope, that's not the answer. Alright, what else could have been... Maybe the bloodstain. Let's bring this up with her. Emma, about this bloodstain, doesn't something about it strike you as odd? What's so odd about the victim's blood? That's not exactly... That's just something that bothers me. Now that you mention it, I can't say I necessarily disagree with you. Maybe I should talk about this some more with her. About this bloodstain. What about it? There's something about it that's been bothering me. Oh yeah? What's that? Well, there's a huge bloodstain on the crime scene lift and a bloodstained candelabra. Now, this is only a guess, but I'm thinking maybe these two bloodstains are from the same source. I'm thinking maybe these two bloodstains are from the same source. I guess that is a possibility. When we compare the two bloodstains, would that take a lot of time? Are you kidding? Don't underestimate the power of science. I'll be done in a jiffy. I love Emma. She's like, I love science. But she's Emma Sky. Science, get it? Ha. And the results are in! That didn't take long now, did it? Seems that the blood from the lift and candelabra are from the same person. Alright, good to know. Matches the blood on the candelabra. Cool. Same the same blood found on the lift. Well, the victim was clubbed to death and there wasn't all that much blood. But if this isn't Mr. Gloomsbury's blood, you would think would perhaps be the blood of his attacker because Mr. Gloomsbury was the one holding the candelabra. Well, this is just a guess. But what if Mr. Gloomsbury stabbed somebody with the candelabra pin? That would explain both the huge blood stain on the lift and the blood on the candelabra. Oh my goodness! That's true! And that means there was somebody else present at the scene of the murder! Yeah, no shit! Yay! Third person that we've been talking about this whole time, because Ellen saw them, but nobody believes her. It does, doesn't it? This just might be the this might substantiate Ellen's statement about a third person. I know how to talk. Emma, could you have this blood analyzed? Sure thing! Mysterious bloodstain on a candelabra with the victim's prints on it. This just might be the thing to back up Ellen's memory of seeing a third person. Next up, the reception hall. Might be worth taking another look around in there. Reception hall? The forensics team is in there investigating right now. Oh, they are? Well, we don't have time to just sit around, so let's go check something else out then. Good idea. We could go question some people. Especially Soren. I have quite a few questions for that guy. Sounds good, Nick. Off to do some legwork then? Yep, thought we'd head to Soren's house for starters. He was accompanying the police on their investigation here earlier, but probably home by now. Great, thanks. Later, Emma. Alright. Let's save... Actually, we should go and then save. We know where we're leaving off. Alright, so let's go to the foyer. And then here is where we are going to save, and I think we're going to stop here for the day. I do have some things. So, and here for the day, let me go to... go take a look at twitch.tv, see who's hanging out. None of my friends are on. That's weird. Not even someone who I thought was gonna be on by now is on right now. So, alright, I think we'll just end it here, and then we will pick this up next week. Dio, I will send you that screenshot. So, thanks y'all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed Ace Attorney. It's always fun. This is always fun to do on our Saturdays. I look forward to it every week. So we will pick this up next Saturday, the 21st? The 21st. We'll pick this up next week. If you guys want to watch and see more, and you're not already following, go ahead and hit that follow button. You can also turn on notifications if you want to see when we go live next Saturday to continue on with this game. And if you want to catch past streams, they're available on, the Twitch VoDs or also the VoDs, exclamation point social, or you can scroll down to the About section. I'll take a look there, the link to the YouTube VoD channel. Yeah, of course. You're very welcome. I will gladly send you that screenshot. So, yeah. For now, thanks everyone again. I hope you guys enjoyed. Tomorrow we will stream more Final Fantasy XIV. We normally try to do Heaven on High, but what we're gonna do first is finish up 6.3 as much as possible, and then maybe do a quick Heaven on High setup. I don't know, we'll see. I've got a little something in the works I'm trying to consult with some people about, and alright. But for now, thanks again. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great, wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody!